Ann Dahl, and I'm the occupational therapist here at Weaver Physical Therapy. Today I'm going to talk to you about thumb and wrist pain, and more specifically carpal metacarpal arthritis, or also known as CMC arthritis. It's a common condition that I see here in the clinic, and it's also a very, very painful condition. So when your thumb is in pain, it gets your attention. There are a couple things that I think are important for us to know about the thumb and wrist pain that can be a little bit confusing for patients as well as doctors or people that might be referring to our clinical practice and me as an occupational therapist. Over here I have a skeleton that looks at a little bit of the hand here. And first of all, I just wanted to show you where the CMC joint is. And that is really at the base of your thumb, and it's a saddle joint. So we get a lot of movement from that thumb joint. And it's also one of the joints that start to wear out in the hand over time just because of all the hand activities that we do. So as the joint changes with arthritis, we start to get some swelling, some inflammation, some crepitus that every time then we go to grip on something or pinch on something, it creates pain. One interesting thing to know about the thumb and wrist is that when we pinch something in this particular position right here, kind of a key pinch position, whatever amount of pounds or resistance that we do in the at the end of our fingers, let's say I'm pinching 10 pounds of force here, 10 times that amount is transferred to the joint. So you can see that it almost functions like a nutcracker effect where it's very much exponential. So 100 pounds of force would be here if you're 10 pounds on the end. Another reason why it's a high load situation and starts to become painful. When you come into the clinic, I would start with a full evaluation. We'd look through everything. One of the common questions that I get from a lot of patients as well as doctors is, what can we do to support that joint and help it through this time of change? I've got three splints or orthotics that are in front of me, and one of the best things that you can do through the evaluation is to determine then, is it just the CMC joint that's having pain, or is it also the MP joint that's a little bit next to the CMC joint, or is it up the forearm? A lot of people that have wrist pain here also have the CMC joint pain as well in both directions. So it's important to really look at what are the structures that are kind of struggling along with the CMC joint. That will also lend you to say what would be the best splint for you to have. So I have three examples here. One that just does the CMC joint. An example would be something like this, where you slide your hand in through and you're just stabilizing the end, the base of the thumb joint right here. So something simple and small, and most people love this because it's easy to use and it gives that little extra support or stability that the thumb can use. If this one doesn't do enough support or reduce pain enough, we can go to one that's a little bit longer, and it will not only support the CMC joint, but it will support the MP joint as well. A lot of times those two are affected together. So you still can have full hand function and still do a lot of things with your hand and thumb together. The next one that goes up the line would be something then that would protect your thumb and your wrist together. We have to remember that the CMC joint also articulates with all of these carpal bones here, and there's 8 carpal bones. So they fit together like pieces of a puzzle. So if your CMC joint is starting to wear out a little bit, then these joints here, the 8 carpal bones, have to start to carry the load that the CMC joint used to do. So you can kind of see if this is the area that's starting to have some pain and discomfort, the load is transferred to the next available joints, which would be the thumb MP joint or the carpal bones. So each one of these splints will provide different types of load depending on how your joints are behaving. So the importance again of having a really good hand evaluation, selecting the right support for the right activity is key in helping you manage your pain. If you'd like to know a little bit more information about how we can help you with some of your hand and wrist pain, you can check our website, you can call us at Weaver Physical Therapy. We'd be happy to answer your questions. Thank you.